Hi, this is Kathleen with Kal-Ven Title Service located at 7000 Bel Air Road, Baltimore, Maryland. Zip code is 21206. Phone number is 410-668-6000. Our website is www.calventagtitle.com. Hours are Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the summertime. Winter is 8 to 7, and then Sunday is 12 to 7 p.m. Today I want to talk about, this is a suggestion I'm making for the state of Maryland, because this idea or this plan, I believe, is gonna generate some kind of revenue. I want to talk about making a proposal for Maryland to give out-of-state in-transit plates here in the state of Maryland for out-of-state residents. This will only be strictly for people who come to Maryland to buy vehicles and they need a plate to drive to their state. It will only be strictly for out-of-state residents. Maryland resident will not qualify for this, so it will only be transit in-transit plates, for people who are living Maryland. And how are we going to control this this plate, whereby it won't be abused, is that we have to make sure the license is out of state, and then the insurance must be out of state as well. So if you come here with a Maryland license and then have Maryland insurance, we're not going to give you the in-transit plate. This is something I'm proposing. I hope Governor Hogan will consider this, or MVA, because this is something I believe that's going to generate some kind of money here in the state of Maryland. Because I do get a lot of calls, whereby people will be, asking for an in-transit plate to drive to their state. Maryland should do that, like help them out, because most people who come here, they're stranded. And they most of them, we have to get a tow truck to tow it to their states, So I think Maryland could make money through this avenue. So we need Maryland in transit tags. People stranded. Yeah, a lot of people are stranded, like I said. People come out from out of state. They need a plate. I mean, if you don't want to do it, just do 30-day term in transit plate, or you could do it for 60 days. And why do you have to do it for 60 days? 60 days will allow dealers, especially dealers, I think their term tag is different. This will only be the only people that will be issuing this will be tag and title agents. Why do we have to extend it to 60 days? It will give them enough time to get the title for those people that want to make the title, and then for those who will buy from the auction and they need more time to get the title. So I believe 60 days will be enough, will be good. Like I said, this will only be strictly for out-of-state residents. If you have a Maryland license, I won't be able to help you. So it has to be out-of-state license, and the insurance must come from your state. So what I will kind of impose here is that MVA should make a requirement whereby we notarize it, meaning that we've already verified that the insurance is out of state, and then also the license is out of state, and then make a copy of the title front and back, and also make sure that the title is not in that person's name. It has to be, you have to see the assignment of ownership on the back of it, meaning the person's information will be a newly purchased vehicle, whereby they will write their information on the back of the title. So we have to have that in place, and then we'll make a copy of the front and back. And if there's a lien, we're going to need the lien release in order for us to proceed. Okay, how a tag and title will process. How a tag and title agent will process is, if you come in to me, you just purchase a vehicle here in the state of Maryland and you need to go to your state or travel to your state, you come to me and I'll issue you a Maryland in-transit plate. And what will make you qualify for this? You must give me the title, the title of the vehicle newly purchased, and then on the back of it must have your information, meaning that the title has been assigned to you in order for us to issue plates. If it's not assigned to you and is a title already in your name, I cannot process this. So we have to make sure it's a newly purchased vehicle. Make sure you fill in your information inside the, like on the back of the title, print your name, how much you paid, and then I make a copy of the front and back, in order for me to process. Also, insurance. We must also verify the insurance. Make sure the insurance is not Maryland, because we do have a lot of people here in the state of Maryland with out-of-state licenses, and they, like most of them has got like standards number whereby they drive here, and then probably if we have this in place, maybe they might want to switch to in-transit. So in order for us to issue this in-transit plate, you must show me insurance from your state. That insurance must come from your state in order for me to proceed with the registration. Then a copy of your driver's license. A copy of your driver's license must be out of state in order to process. Address must be the state of residence, meaning you cannot buy the vehicle and you put Maryland address. On the back of the title should have the address of where you live in your state. It must not be a different state, so meaning, you give me another driver's license and then you register the vehicle in another state. It has to be that state. The address must comply with the address on your license in order for us to process this. Okay, so in order for a tag and title, this is how our people will look like. We'll make a copy of the title front and back. Make sure that title has been assigned to whoever is getting this in transit plate. Then we get a copy of their driver's license, front and back of it. Maybe just the front, but if you need the back, also we do the back. Then insurance. Insurance must be verified. And how do we verify the insurance? We'll make sure that the VIN number of the newly purchased vehicle is on that insurance card, and the insurance must be out of state in order for us to process. This will generate, like I said, will generate revenue for the state. You could charge 20 for the in-transit or charge 40. It will bring money for the state. This will avoid people towing. Like it will avoid people. It will discourage people from coming to Maryland. If we have this in transit, oh Jesus. Kal-Ven Tag and Title Service, may I help you?
Yeah.
Hello? Yes, I'm here. Hello? Oh, Gary, yes, how are you? This is Kathleen. You just called me. Kal-Ven Tag and Title Service. Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you. All right, bye. Okay, so avoid paying so much. This will avoid people paying so much for towing, especially for those people who have to go like long distance. And this will encourage people to be happy to come to Maryland. If they know they're able to get like an in-transit plate to drive their vehicle back to their state, they will be, they will feel comfortable coming to our state. So this will bring, will help the automobile business, the car business, it will help them, to sell their cars. Because if you come into a state whereby you don't have in transit to drive to your state, that might discourage someone, from coming to buy a car here in the state of Maryland. It will improve car sales. Like I said, it will, people will feel comfortable coming to, Maryland to buy vehicles. It will also allow dealers to have more time to process. Okay, this will not apply to dealers. Dealers, I know you have your 60-day temp tags. This will only be for tag and title people who come here to buy vehicles from individuals. So temp tag should be different from what you guys issue, What is the downside of this in-transit plate and solutions? People will try to abuse it. Okay. People will try to abuse it. That's why, I'm asking that we make a restriction, whereby the system, there should be like a block that will stop someone issuing to a Maryland resident. So like, for instance, you put someone's, like a lot of people, Maryland resident might come here, trying to like get an entrance. It's not for Maryland residents. It's for people who come from other states, to buy vehicles here in the state of Maryland. So we're trying to have like a temp tag, for them to drive to their state and then proceed with their registration. So in order to stop this, to cut down on abuse, we have to make sure there's a block, in case maybe a Maryland a resident wants to get the registration. So the system will block the Maryland resident. And also we have to verify the insurance. If the insurance is different, do not proceed with the registration. The insurance must come from that state of that individual. And also the system should be able to restrict to only printing once. You only get one time 60-day in transit. You cannot get an extension. Yes, 60 days I believe will be enough for you to go to your state, register the vehicle. If you have to wait for the title in the mail, yeah, you have enough time. There won't be an extension, on this plan. And how do we, another thing is that we, the tag and title agent, we cannot control people who will try to get an in-transit plate and then they'll start driving here in the state of Maryland. Our job should be, once we, MVA should make sure that we verify that this license is out of state and also verify that the insurance is out of state. So if they stay here in the state of Maryland and they're driving with this plate, we've done our part by verifying this information. So we shouldn't be held accountable. It should be whoever, the individual should be held accountable. The police should go ahead and give the, give it. But whereby, whereby the fault to come from a tag and title agent, whereby the person didn't verify the insurance or gave the license plate, to a Maryland resident, then that person should be held accountable. But if MVA will investigate and see that we did our part by verifying the insurance and verifying that the license is out of state, we should not be held accountable. So that individual will deal with the police. Police will give you a ticket and whatever. So if the customer is caught driving with this plate, the customer is on his or her own. Because if I will issue the in-transit plate and I verify your insurance, verify that your license is out of state and you start driving that plate, start driving the plate here in the state of Maryland, you're on your own. If the police pulls you over, you're going to get a serious ticket. Okay, in conclusion, this will help to alleviate stress on out-of-state residents and make them want to come to Maryland to buy cars, knowing that there will be an in-transit plate for them to drive to their state with. Yes, this is a good idea. It will draw a lot of people to come here in the state of Maryland because, like I said, people call me, oh, do you have an in-transit plate? And we don't have. I said, and most of them will ask me, what do I do with the vehicle? You have to tow it to your state or do whatever you got to do. So Maryland should think about this plan. I'm just proposing the plan, and I believe it's gonna generate some kind of revenue here in the state of Maryland. So just think about it and then let me know. And if it's something you have to pay me for this business idea I've just given you, then go ahead and do that. This will not be abused if managed appropriately. Restrictions should be put in place to avoid it. All tag and title agent must verify all documents prior to issuing plates. Yes. So as long as the tag and title agent has verified everything and has issued plates and the person starts driving here in the state of Maryland, that's not our business. We've done our part by giving you what you requested for, and also make sure on the back of the title, all tag and title agent should make sure that the person's information is written on the back of the title. If the person doesn't want to put his or her name, do not issue plates. And also another thing to put in place or into consideration is, because I do have a lot of people that will buy the vehicle and they want someone else to insure the vehicle. No, the way this should work is it has to be the person's name on the title. You cannot present a title in your name and I expect someone else to register that vehicle for you. No, it has to be you. you that the vehicle is in your name. You come to me, I will go ahead and register the vehicle, and then make sure you call your insurance, whether you're in New York, call your insurance, add the vehicle, and then once I get the VIN number verified and I know the insurance is from New York, then I'll go ahead and issue plates. So I believe this is a good idea. You know, Governor Hogan, think about this. This would be some kind of something that will generate revenue in Maryland. And also it will help tag and title people, you know, with, you know, making our own money too as well, you know, because it will encourage a lot of people coming to Maryland, and most of them will feel comfortable coming here knowing they have something to drive home with. So please put that into consideration. And do not make any in transit for Maryland residents. This will be strictly for out-of-state residents. You have to be out of state, going out of Maryland, in order for us to issue this plate. So think about it and let me know, okay? Or call me at 410-668-6000. If you have any questions, you know, just let me know, you know, because I always have a lot of ideas in my head. Okay, this will end the video. Thank you for your time, and thank you for watching. In case any of you watch this, MV, I need the supervisor to watch it, in case, because the way I'm looking at myself, I might come there and start running MVA for you. Anyway, thank you for watching, okay? Thanks.